Hello, welcome back to Bazande Pictures Media Live. Of course, with us tonight is one of the most influential personalities from Zande Kingdom, all the way from South Sudan. As time goes on, you'll get to know more about him. Mr. You're most welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We are glad to have you here. It's really an honor.
Pleasure.
Yeah, please, could you tell the viewers more about yourself?
Thank you so much for hosting me today.
Yeah.
It's a privilege and an honor to be part of this interview. Actually, we have been struggling to find time to meet and have this interview, but I'm pleased that we have managed to connect to this moment, as I believe and we believe all that God's time is the best. And today I'm grateful to be here. My name is Mr. Simon Mikanipare-Young. The first two are my names, and the second two are my father's name.
Yeah.
And I'm privileged to be here.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So, Mr. Simon, as a closed member of Catholic Diocese, Tombura Yambio, South Sudan, what projects have you put in place to foster peace building in Yambio and South Sudan at large?
Thank you so much for the question you have asked. I'm a very strong Catholic Christian and believer.
Yeah.
And I coordinate or I regionalize the diocese as a coordinator based in Juba.
Yeah.
And the diocese is very big.
Yeah.
As you know, Maridi is part of Tombura Yambio Diocese.
Yeah.
Yambio itself up to Tombura,
Yeah.
going to Najoro.
Yeah.
Based on your question, the church has got two wings. The first wing is the pastoral wing,
Yeah.
which is more of the bishop and the clergy and the sisters and all that, which is also an avenue for young people to be encouraged spiritually and also vocationally. The second one is development wing, which is now coming as organization, as a caritas of the church,
Yeah.
whereby the development comes in, the projects and the other things. So briefly on pastoral wing, we find that now in our diocese we have quite a number of our missionaries who have been invited to come and work in the diocese to improve most of the sectors, especially education.
Yeah.
And also peace, and more also to bring on board some young people to work with them and foster peace and vocation impact in them.
All right, Mr. Simon.
Yeah.
Talking of these projects that you have put in place, of course, different part of the Zande Kingdom. We all understand that in recent time, there are a lot of tribalistic things happening in Zande Kingdom. People are killing themselves. There are wars everywhere. And these are separating people from the kingdom. How are these projects you have put in place helping these youth?
Thank you so much for the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, these projects help the youth in this kind of situation by what I've just mentioned earlier on, of these missionaries coming in. That's one way of engaging the youth to be more active in the church activities. Like we have missionaries in Iba and in Madebe, whereby they bring in the carpentry activities, they bring in some farming activities, they bring in some dramas.
Yeah.
They engage the youth at least every evening. They are more practical on ground. So
they engage different tribes
exactly
to come together. Yeah.
So by doing this, you find that the youth are not just loitering, having idle-minded, so
Yeah.
whereby they can begin doing this. This is what church is doing, so
Yeah.
that these kind of issues we are raising is really minimized or is stopped from the diocese and from the region,
Yeah.
and from the kingdom.
As you do this activity of bringing these tribes together, are there challenges you are encountering in this journey you're trying to develop?
Yes, there are challenges. The first challenge is language.
Yeah.
There are some tribes who don't speak Zande language, but we are trying to let them know that they get to know themselves, and by sending them more into the rural areas, whereby they will be able to interact with some people who don't speak Arabic or any other language. So by putting them closer to such kind of people, it becomes a must that I must speak something.
Yeah.
And by now you find some tribes who are already speaking Zande language little by little. Some also listen, but they don't speak, which is showing a very good sign of progress.
Talking of this, of course, you are doing this thing in the due course of the war, of the tribal war. Most of these youth are geared into this mentality that so and so is my enemy. Don't they fight from the church, or when these lessons are going on? Are these conflicts not arising?
Thanks so much for this question. Before it arises, we find an approach before bringing them on board. In the diocese we have a peace desk, whereby peace and justice, whereby we involve youth mostly into singing practice. We have what we call bike ride for peace, which our bishop initiated. And this keeps the young people at church level. Actually, church becomes like a place where they can run to for safety, where they can run to for guidance, where they can run to for consultation. And this is really helping by these missionaries who are really all the time. Like now we have missionaries in Sorosuyubu, very busy. They're constructing schools, they're constructing hospital. We have another one in Nandi. So you find some youth also go and enjoy themselves in these activities. Our Bishop Edwardo, together with the church clergy and the sisters in the diocese, are working closely with the local people within on the ground and also internationally to ensure that the young people really get more engaged. Like now we have university, the branch of Catholic University in Yambio. This was brought in by the diocese. Why did it come? Because there are other youths who finish senior 4 in Yambio. They think like they have finished university. They end up there. And then what also makes them not to go ahead is transport. Flying from Yambio to Juba with $120 to join university. Where will they stay in Juba? What will they eat in Juba? All this kind of hindrance.
So this university was set up just to help the locals in Zande Kingdom.
Exactly. And these are all the church initiatives to bring what we think can reduce or can stop this issue of division. And also what can stop this issue of idle use, who are finished senior 4, just loitering, doing criminal activities. This can engage them, and they will stop this issue of robbing people, what we call now Toronto, snatching phone, because they are real idle.
They're idle.
But now we see them very much busy with the books in this university. Instead of flying to Juba, now this money for flying, they're using it as paying for tuition, and it's very small, it's not much money. Just to let the university run.
Thank you. Talking as Simon, we understand you have done a lot of charitable work to the Zande community, most especially in the entire Zande Kingdom. What makes you so generous to give a helping hand to your people, given the current situation that getting money is really hard?
Thank you very much. I'll begin by saying, where there is a hope, and when you do something with vision and focus, money is not a problem. This comes automatic. My dream for the kingdom, for the diocese, for the state, and for the nation,
for the country,
and for the country, as I mentioned, and for the young people, is that I need to promote the spirit of sharing. The spirit of sharing is one of the points which is leading to peace. The spirit of concern is a peace contributing factor. Therefore, when I'm supported, like I've been in Juba since 2005, when I signed the CPA in Naivasha. Then we were the first team that came in. I began knowing people from 2005 up to now, making friends and knowing people who love to support my initiatives. It's a problem. But when you support my initiative, instead of me sitting alone with it, I prefer sharing it.
You share with your people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Showing them that let us share. And the more you share, the Bible says the hand that gives receives.
Receives, more than.
And the more I do,
in
fact, I receive.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm really feeling that impact of sharing. And I feel some young people already asking me they want to be doing what I'm doing. I said, let you do more than me. So that we can expand.
That actually brings us to, of course, looking at your work.
Yes.
There are so many young people that are inspired to actually follow your route, but they don't know how to do it. They actually think going through this successful journey takes a lot and is impossible in today's time. What can you tell to these people? What do they really lack that they can't make it to the successful world?
Very good. The young people, the first thing they would like to have is prayer. With God, everything is possible. And then second thing is love. The love that is in the head, in the mind, the love in the heart, and the love in action. And the true love. And when you give, you forget. Don't give and begin thinking, I gave my $50 last time to this so and so.
And now I'm broke.
I wish I could not. No. And don't give and begin preaching. I gave. No. By doing that, you will pray 24/7 and there will be no answer. You'll begin now moving to God by saying, is really God alive? I've been praying, nothing is working. But it is you again spoiling it.
Is God alive? I'm giving people and He's not helping me.
He's not helping me. Therefore, I will encourage the young ones and also well-wishers who would like to get into this channel by first loving God and prayerful and surrendering and accepting the reality. Once you don't have it, don't die. Don't be stressed. Relax. God's time is the best. Because once His time comes, all your suffering will just go. Because He will remember you and for the reason you want to do something. As I mentioned earlier, when you have a focus, a productive focus, God blesses you with what you ask for. Therefore, if you are asking God to give you money, you go and buy maybe something bad, maybe a poison, to poison somebody. I'm wondering if He will approve it immediately. It will take time. The more it's taking time, then you will now find a shortcut. But the shortcut, then you'll be arrested.
So the best way of making this is through prayers.
Exactly.
God first. And when you're giving things out, don't give expecting it back.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because God will bless you the other way around. And also be happy and contented with what you have.
So these are the two things lacking in youth. And that's why they're not easily making it in life.
Exactly.
So before we conclude, what message do you have for the youth in the country? Let's talk in South Sudan. What message do you have these people? And of course back to the kingdom of the Zandes.
We are happy that now we have our kingdom. Beginning from home. We should begin behaving in that way of people of kingdom. And now we are happy we have our country, South Sudan. We should be behaving that we own a country. We have our own documents like the passport and nationality. We should be happy that we are now East African community member. We should be happy and be grateful for our leaders who have made it possible for us to have this opportunity. And young people should begin...
Well, sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
As a kingdom, of course, you have stayed for very many years without king. But all of a sudden, you surprised the country, of which the entire nation, all the citizens in the entire country were happy for the restoration of the Zande kingdom. Now you have government in Zande land. How are you guys running political things? Do you run them as Zande community alone, the kingdom, or you engage the country?
Thank you very much for that question. Kingdom is a different entity. And the government is also a different entity. So the kingdom goes mostly with the cultural issues, cultural issues, even preparing the young people for the political part.
Yeah.
So, like if a military man, an officer, is not well disciplined,
yeah,
he will not have that high respect as a military person. So a kingdom is like a preparatory state is all, and also shaping these young people, trying to show them that when you move out
from inside
here, you'll be seen with value.
Yeah.
You go with the value. You be a responsible and valuable military man. Be a responsible and valuable member of parliament, commissioner, whatever it is in the government. So the ground on here with the kingdom has brought a lot of hope into our Zande people. A lot of hope beginning with me. And I was happy when I was in Yambio, hearing from young people asking the young man in the palace to include their names into the chat room of the kingdom.
Yeah.
I was saying now the young people begin loving their kingdom. They just want to know about it. That means they are very inspired by this kingdom program being brought back. So which is very
How do you see the response and the behavior of the Zande people towards the new king?
The behavior, the character, whatever it is just positive. Recently, when he had the first conference, when the king comes, since he went to his palace, he has never come out since the installation. When he came out recently, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, everybody was kneeling down when he was passing.
Yeah.
And this is the respect.
Yeah.
This is what amazed me and amazed the people. And the Zande said, now we have the kingdom.
Yeah.
Now this has turned their mind from the negative thinking, like the violence, the tribal conflict and issues. Now they are focusing on the kingdom. To be honest, the Zande people.
So this tribalistic behavior thing
is dying.
Is now dying.
It's dying. Yeah, it's dying. I can testify it is dying. And what is coming up is the fruit that people will really benefit from. And I believe that when there is a good thing at the corner, confusion starts to interrupt you so that you don't reach that good part of it.
Sure.
I believe when you are about to install the king, there are a lot of issues among our community, a lot of problems. As I speak, some of them know it very well. But this was trying to block the installation of the king. But when the king was installed, what made the king was installed was prayer and hope in God. And God knew this is only the right channel to bring peace into Zande kingdom.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. Talking in your own language of the Zande people, and of course in Arabic, send your message to the people.
Agumane baketamba he mina ngwala go haleme e bigu panga gu bangri ma na faro go ele kinaga wironi do Chingbagbe ani faro palanio na Chingbagbe ani tambwa mboli chipogwa gama kwa fe flani na kin songo di tsani kin songo de gwa pango gwa na manga ha chipaka nya kagani paranga bolo indu kumbatayo kakula bolo manga shige olo kula lingala inpaka na manga chinya bisha bolo yengu nego imumbo tuyote ya wolite kina lisende ani ya kina lisende wake na yo kina bolo angani anlemya ngba kamanga dungwa pai wana manga na tamba efroni bia ula pala sigero pobolo mule tinina yeka flani ani wuliki bakale fotsari fugomboli raka na kiyemu chirani na mangwa pai lenge ka alia gani raka.
Thank you. Switch to Arabic.
Nashkurukum jiden jima bitai bita Junub Sudan za jibele wala isim bitai Simon لزمن كاس لزمن معين عشان نقول شكر لهلا وشكر للشباب دي الجيبوا الانترفيو ده انترفيو احسن وانترفيو بدرسنا كجنوب وكمان بقوينا كشباب بتاع الجنوب عشان محبة يمشي قدام عشان شغل بتاعنا بتاع بلد إربا وكمان أنا بسأل منكم تصلي عشان رؤساء بتاعنا بتاع بلد وكمان سلاطين بتاعنا بتاع بلد وسرة المحبة دي بيبدأ من وسرة kanna wuri muhabba wa salam bada min gistin bitak usra bitak jaran bitak wa halam kullu ya risala bitai lanna fi yom bita lela ana murta jiddan ونكون مباد عشان شنو مبادئ يا بيجيبوا سلام وبيجيبوا شغل يمشي قدام إذن واحد ما بيصفي أنا بقوله كده لكن كان اثنين بيصفي وتباسم صوت بتاعه.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Mr. Simon. Actually, we are requesting you to send our message to, of course, Bishop Edward. We are requesting him to at least come and visit these people in camps, and of course talk to the people on the media, because in camps most youth are going wrongly. They have lost hope because they lack spiritual guidance, and that is engaging them to crime activities. So please tell him to kindly come and visit people in camps.
Yes, thank you so much, Justin McKay, for the request on behalf of the community in the camp. In fact, I'll begin by saying the bishop will come. We will advocate for that. He will come someday. But the message I would like to pass is, as believers or as Christians in the camp, let us remember we are out of our home. But we have to create another home where we are. How do we create it? Living in peace, living in harmony, living in love, and sharing is paramount. Therefore, we'll be able even to listen to those that we live with in the camp. I remember very well in the Bible where they told the man that there are prophets and brothers down there. If your brother would listen to them, even if I send somebody from here, there's something like that. There's a passage like that in the Bible. I mean to say, the current leaders we have in the camp, our camp commanders, our leadership in the camp, I know the leadership in the camp. Let's keep listening to what they say. The young people should focus on what they say. Because even if Bishop comes and he talks, they may not listen. It will just be like a story. They will just come to see him. But by the time he comes, he might need to first ask them, what I've been telling you here, do you listen to them? What will make a difference if I advise you? You will listen to me as a bishop because I'm a bishop, or you are going to listen to me as your father? So you begin from what you have. They must make a foundation from home, so that when he comes, he just add on it and it blesses them to go. But I will deliver the message of his coming, and I will also, earlier on I shared with him about that. He was just busy. Also, this issue of the Pope's visit to South Sudan was another issue, but he will find a special time when he comes to Uganda.
That brings us to the end of our talk show with Sir Simon. And of course, please stay tuned with Bazani Pictures. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, click on that red button and be our family member. And you'll get to know all you need to understand about the world. Call me Justin McKay. Peace.